On Finland and Sweden and membership of NATO, I'm confident that the accession process will be finalized and that all NATO allies will ratify the accession protocols in the parliaments, and that also goes for Türkiye. But let me start by just reminding you all about what has happened so far. This has been, so far, the quickest accession process in NATO's modern history. We have to remember that normally accession processes into NATO takes years. Finland and Sweden applied in May last year. Already in July, all 30 allies, including Türkiye, decided to invite Finland and Sweden to become full members of NATO, and all 30 allies also signed the accession protocols. And so far, 28 out of 30 allies have already ratified. This is quicker than ever before in NATO's modern history. What paved the way for this historic decision was the agreement between Türkiye, Finland and Sweden that was also signed on the margins of the NATO summit in Madrid in July, where they agreed to work more closer together. Finland and Sweden agrees to lift restrictions on arms exports. That has already been done. And they also agreed to work more closely in the fight against terrorism. That is also taking place. They have established a permanent mechanism where they exchange more information and intelligence, and they are working more closely in how to address terrorist threats. Türkiye has legitimate security concerns. No NATO ally has suffered more terrorist attacks than Türkiye, and therefore it is something we should welcome that the NATO allies, Finland and Sweden, are working more closely on these issues. And then let me add one more thing, and that is that we have to understand that Finland and Sweden, they are in a very different place now compared to where they were before they applied for a NATO membership. Since they applied, several NATO allies, including the United States, have agreed bilateral security arrangements, security assurances for Finland and Sweden. NATO has increased its presence in the region, and as invitees, Finland and Sweden are now participating in NATO's meetings, ministerial meetings, ambassadorial meetings, meetings of different NATO committees, and Finland and Sweden are more and more integrated into NATO's military structures. So it's inconceivable that Finland and Sweden will face any military threat without NATO reacting to that. So I'm saying that I of course see the importance of finalizing the accession process with the ratification in both the Hungarian and the Turkish parliament. But I'm also saying that I'm confident that will happen, and that we have already moved a very long way in a short time with Finland and Sweden.
Can I perhaps add a few